let me just, I didn't want to talk about this before we continue the conversation. Why is Wakadinali not as big as they deserve to be?
I think they're as big as they deserve to be. You know, people, I don't know what people expect Wakadinali success to look like.
International tours.
International tours will come. Just give them time. You know, like, they're still on the building cycle of their careers, you know? Okay. And those things will come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa.
Wakadinali themselves also have to want the international tours for those things to happen for them, you know? So I hope that they're planning for it, because nothing will come to you. Okay. You have to plan for that season. Yeah. You
saw the situation that went viral a while ago where they were performing and people like they're high. Would you, and also Stupid Boy also performed the other weekend, and also the stories that he was high. What do you think about artists performing when they're already intoxicated?
I think anybody doing anything when they're intoxicated is not cool. And that's my view. You know, and it could be a lawyer going to court intoxicated. Okay. It could be an accountant doing your numbers intoxicated. Okay. In every career, there are people who go intoxicated to the office. Okay. It's just more acceptable with musicians. Okay. But I understand why they do it. You know? I understand why you would drink a shot of something before the show, because there's nerves. You're going in front of thousands of people. So you need to, like, at least...
No, we're not talking about a shot. We're talking about, like, at that level for...
At that level for them, they're still young, they're learning. I don't think they're going to do it for a long time. Okay. And if you look at if you look at that show, since that show, actually... you haven't seen Wakadinali show up drunk anywhere else. So they've learned their lesson. Yeah. You know, they are learning quick and they're moving. Okay. Yeah.
But you don't believe that having weed before you go on stage is intoxication?
I think having weed any time of the day, from when you wake up in the morning to before you go on stage to before you go into your office, is medically and spiritually good for you. That's why wote wanawatawili wanavuta bangi wanapigana hapa, lakini walevi watapigana hapa wamalizane. Wote wanasawili wanavuta bangi hapa hivi alafu waanze kupigana mangumi. Hizo hazifanyikangi. Okay. Exactly. So hiyo ni holy herb, yani unaichapa tu alafu na medi unashika shughuli yako unaifanya na roho moja.
Okay. So you believe that weed needs to be legalized?
Weed doesn't need to be legalized. Weed must be legalized. A lot of the crops we are growing now are useless for this country. This country is on the equator. We have 12 hours of sun and 12 hours of darkness. That means we are conducive for growing weed. Red volcanic soil. Look at us, man. You know, hizi makantries huko majuzu grow weed na greenhouse. Hapa tuko na jua 12 hours. Okay. So this is my naangalia kamera gani nikiongelesha rais. Mr. President, legalize marijuana.
Umesema some crops you are growing are useless. Wacha kuongea bad ya njahe. Okay.
Mimi sijasema njahe ni mbaya, lakini if njahe goes missing from the menu tomorrow, I won't be pissed.
No, in fact, if it's on the menu, I will be pissed. Why is...
But if njahe goes missing until there's no more njahe, I'll just get him say I'm a jam, you know. Yeah. There's no problem in this world such as not enough njahe. You know, there's always going to be
think of it. What of Mogoka?
Mogoka must stay as a cash crop.
Basi Mombasa huko nini inafanywa mambo?
Mombasa wako na shida zingine zinashinda Mogoka. Wanafaa waache kuangalia the root causes of their real problems huko. Si Mogoka, na mnajua shida ya Mombasa iko wapi.
Wamekelea Mogoka.
Mimi sitaki kuingilia mambo ni siasa. Although nasema tu Mogoka ingekuwa mbaya, Wameru hawangekuwa na watoto, Wameru wangekuwa na focus, Wameru wangekuwa wa sharp. Na ukiangalia vizuri, Wameru are the wealthiest, one of the wealthiest communities in this country.
Because they're exporting it.
Imagine Meru, ukienda Meru Tao, kuna traffic.
It's not because they're using it, it's because they're exporting it.
They're using it. Come on, man. When you go to Meru, people are chewing Mera.
Pablo was wealthy because he was exporting it, not using it.
He did. If you look at, listen, if you study that stuff properly, there's no way you're selling that shit without trying a line. How else are you going to know jauzio unga ya nini? Unga ya ugali? Lazima uchukue ufanye. Nimeona kwa movies. We know. So kwa movies wenyewe ufanya.
Hata mimi nimeona kwa movies. Hadi wanafanyaje?
Hivyo. Nimeona kwa movies, lakini wasije kama ukiona venye ni detectives ushika au wamebas cocaine mahali. Sio ufanya kwa gums.
Na ile
Hapo bado sijafika.
Oh, haujaona hizo?
Mimi hakuna kitu
Oh, man,
sijaona Obinna. Nimeona zote by the way.
Oh, okay.
I've seen all kinds of stuff. There's things I wouldn't do.
Okay.
It's just not me. Yeah.
All right. Now, let's come back to Sosaya album. Fally Ipupa is on the jam.
Fally Ipupa the Kaplan.
How the hell did that happen? I know Fally has not collaborated with any Kenyan artist, and also is not very open to collaboration unless you are Kelly.
He is. Fally is a dope dude, man. Fally is collaborating a lot. If you are following
Kenyan
up on
artist.
music.
Wapi.
I mean, how many Kenyan artists have reached out in the right channels, man?
What's the right channel? Able teachers your ways, master.
Some things are just not given to you. You have to go out for them. I met Fally first of all at the Grammys.
Okay.
Fally and I are both voting members of the Grammy Academy.
Okay.
So we were invited to a Grammy party, and while we were at the party, one of my songs started playing, and he liked the song. So he was just like, me and him were talking about working together, and I was like, yeah, this is the jam. Why don't you jump on the remix? And he was like, fantastic. But we couldn't do it during that time because we were in LA. So when I was on tour in Europe, he was in France, and I was also playing in France.
Wow.
So we went to the studio.
Serendipity.
I'm telling you, man, I sent him the music. He listened to the track. He loved it. Like, he recorded his verse. I went to the studio when he was recording. Because luckily that guy, he just gave me like his studio time because he's working on his album.
Oh.
But he was like, come, I just do the verse for you. I continue. He didn't have a lot of time on his hands, but he still sacrificed. And then after we did the song, I was like, can we shoot the video? Once again, he's very busy, but he's going to be in Kinshasa. He was going to be in Kinshasa, and he was like, yo, I'll be in Kinshasa from this day to this day. Yeah. If you're there, we can shoot the video. Last week, I flew to Kinshasa, we shot the video. This week, it's out.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man, and he's been such a brother, man. If I tell you, that guy has showed up for me in all the beautiful ways. I have so much love and respect for Fally, man. He's really pulled up for me. Bro, he knows it's a big deal for me as well, you know.
It is, so, bro, and that's and
he knows it's a big deal for us, as a people.
Yeah,
so he really gave it a lot of heart, and I'm grateful.
True. I've seen also you're very good friends with Davido. Called you out.
Hey, Davido ni besti yangu mazee. Nilikuwa naye juzi akiwa hapa Nairobi. Mazee, he really wanted to jump on the remix of Lifestyle, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him since because Davido is moving in. He has a jet. He has a jet.
He has a jet.
Yeah, he has a jet.
So you got Kenya Airways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shout out KQ.
The pride of Africa.
Pride of Africa, man. They've taken me everywhere, by the way.
Yeah.
KQ have been so kind to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now kidogo kupata Davido ni noma.
Ntampata tu.
It will happen.
In
the right time. In the right time.
In the right time.
In the right time.
Ntampata.
How did your collab with Arya Star happen? Because that one, we were not ready for that one. That was a shocker. We're like, really? Wait a minute.
Yeah, she was in Nairobi. Arya Star was always a fan of my work and the work of Sauti Sol. We met backstage at the concert we were doing together.
Okay.
And we were like, yo, let's go to the studio. Immediately after the show, tukaenda studio.
In Nairobi?
Hapa tu Nairobi. Tukarekodi masongs kaa mbili, songs kaa tatu. Alikuwa na club appearance after hiyo time. Nikaenda na club appearance. Tukarudi studio, tukapika tena. Akaenda zake.
Oh, wow.
Na hiyo ngoma ikatoka.
So that's just one of the...
It's one of, man. You know, like because we did like 3 jams. Even with Fally, I have more than one song with. You know.
Not just a remix.
No. Now, you know, we're getting time to sit down now, so there'll be a lot more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's called the love of the game.
It is. Actually, because if musicians were just left to work together without the lines drawn by the business.
But sometimes, bro, you and I in the industry, we know sometimes it's not even lines. Sometimes it's just ego. It's just like, I can't know, you know. And I'm like, if you guys came together, you guys would be magical.
I agree.
But there's just that
more often than not, yes.
You're gonna ride on my fame. You're gonna
Yeah. Some people give themselves too much self-importance. Yeah, but music is such a spiritual thing that it shows you to just be a vessel, nothing more.
Napitisha tu.
Yeah, so we pitisha too. Share the light, share the love.
Yeah. Alrighty. I've also seen the collabos you've done with Miss Banks. Franglish. How did those happen?
Franglish mazee, kuna dem anaitwa Cleopatra Mukula.
Okay, the past name kidogo.
Cleopatra.
From BCE, before computers.
That's my homegirl. She's in France.
Cleopatra.
Yeah, man, and she does my PR in France.
Okay.
So she hooked it up with Franglish.
Okay.
With Miss Banks, I met Miss Banks in Ghana at Wesley.j.o's house.
Ulikuwa kwa nyumba Wesley.j.o?
Wesley.j.o na Chiki walikuwa classmates. So Wesley.j.o nikiwa tumina Chiki tulikuwa tumeenda Ghana on holiday. Na tukaenda kuvisit Wesley.j.o. Miss Banks alikuwa hapo. Tuka work tu.
Just like that.
Imagine.
Okay, is there an artist who met akakuweka na akakwambia no?
Hakuna. Jipia mimi mdeadly. Hakuna zi. Actually, hiyo ni grace yenye time in the industry imenipatia.
Wow.
In the beginning, wasanii walikuwa wanataka work na mimi because of wanataka market ya Kenya. But sahi ni tu juu wanapenda tu usanii yangu. Wameona jani yangu na wana respect.
Yeah.
Wanapenda Sauti Sol.
Yeah.
Hao ni fans, unajua. Alafu pia ni interesting sahi mazee, mimi ni OG. So nikimeet wasanii wengi wako younger than me by far, na ni watu wamekuwa kini watch over the years. Mazee. So ni place beautiful kukua.
Being the only Kenyan artist whose song is in the UK charts.
My baby.
Yeah. And also other accolades that you've accomplished over the years. Is there any person you really want to work with that haujawahi work with na unasema huyu nikipata sasa
kuisha?
Nasema sasa mimi mtakuwa amenimaliza sasa mimi.
Kusema tu kweli yenyewe iko.
Who that?
I think Beyonce.
Ooh, okay.
I
didn't think you're gonna go for the queen.
I think
you
Beyonce.
Know.
Beyonce. Tutawak. Lakini na admire craft yake.
Okay.
Na admire venye amejireinvent over the years na hajaacha kuwa relevant na muziki anatoa ni meaningful to the times.
Okay.
Na vitu kama hizo
And you didn't even go for Jay-Z.
Jay-Z doesn't rap anymore.
Boy
like
child.
Unajua. Lakini Beyonce ni deadly.
That's true.
That's
true. Oh, okay. I didn't see that coming, baby. Hey.
Itafanyika.
Yeah, it can. By the, you know, life. There's a way life happens.
Imagine, by the way.
Yeah, this is just a way life just happens. You find yourself at the right place at the right time. They are there, and it's like okay. And which brings me to the question I always wanted to ask you. And I told Ben Sol here, I've told Okello Max when you are performing in Eldoret. I really want to see how you guys write. Okay, but now this for you. How do you write?
I write all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look at my phone, I have like 2,000 voice notes because every idea I get in my head that comes, I wake up and I make sure I put a voice note down. Oh. It could be a melody, it could be words. Sometimes I open my notepad and I write things, and I'm consistently creating all the time. It's not that now I'm in the studio, okay, now let's write. Of course, there are moments when I'm deliberate like that.
Okay.
But I just like writing all the time.
You refer to the this beat, there's something I had an idea.
Sometimes I go to the studio and already they play me a track and I already know the song in my head that goes with the track because I already wrote ages ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to write something afresh, which is also okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no structure to making a hit. You know, sometimes you think you made a hit, then it's not a hit.
Do you know, I've been saying that thing and some people don't. I'm like, there's a song you can write, bro. And then guys look at it like, and then there's some you just record as a by the way. And then they're like, come on guys, this was...
I wouldn't want to say there's anything I do that's a by the way. I put my 100% in all the songs. But there are songs that I think are dope that my fans don't think are dope. I was talking to Chiki about it earlier.
Okay.
How there's songs in my album that I really love.
Like which one?
They're just in my album, like I Want You, or people don't like those songs. No, wrong. People like those songs.
Yeah, but they are not celebrated as much
as other songs that I was like, munapenda hii song yani, unajua?
Okay. Lifestyle, was it among the ones you're like?
Lifestyle, from the first time I just wrote that first line, I was like, finished. I knew it's gonna be dope.
So there are some songs
I knew Lifestyle was gonna be dope when Scar sent me his verse. I nearly died. I was like, wow.
Tricky.
Now this is overkill. Yeah, it was overkill. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
with my verse it was fine.
Ska.
But when Ska added his verse,
It's like, oh, this one is gone.
nikajua tu hapa mazejo.
Some people feel like there's a spiritual, like unatumia uchawi.
Hiyo uchawi inaitwa preparation, inaitwa development,
Okay.
inaitwa constantly working on yourself,
All right.
inaitwa constantly working on your gift, inaitwa investing in yourself,
Okay.
inaitwa strategy, inaitwa good management,
Okay.
inaitwa loving family na loving fans. Na hiyo concussion ndio wasa wanaita ni uchawi. Because ameshinda kuexplain ni nini.
So hakuna wangwana. Hiyo ndo wangwana.
Nionyesheni hao wangwana ni waende saa hii. Mimi naambianga watu Illuminati iko wapi niingie leo.
Hata venye travel huko majuka stukia tu umeenda.
Tuache kuteseka hapa
umejoin.
Fanya nini? Tuingie kama Illuminati saa hii tuingie leo.
Iko stukia umejoin huko. Unajua hiyo traveling umetravel huko na
niombe niingie. Nikiingia tunaomoka sisi wote.
Pata mabosi.
Tunaomoka sisi wote.
Unasema BN huyu kuna kitu. Huyu mtu haizi imba hivi. This man is not normal.
Watu ingishe tuomoke. Because kama hiyo ndio kuomoka. Tuomoke.
Let's talk a bit about music in Kenya. MCSK, all the CMOs. Do you think they're doing what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do?
They are not. I told you MCSK called me one time telling me that they want to give me my check and that I should go to Michael Joseph Center for a ceremony. And I asked them, how much is it? Because if I'm going to make block time in my day, it better be worth my while.
Okay.
And they were like, it's a surprise. You don't surprise me with my money. Have you ever called a bank to ask for your bank balance?
My balance?
And then they tell you, it's a surprise, Mr. Obinna.
That means you don't got nothing.
Already, I'm smelling a rat.
Yeah.
And then the fish rots from the head. And you know who's at the top of that institution. And it explains why everything is the way it is.
Menipoteza kidogo.
The fish rots from the head.
Hiyo part nimeshika, unajua
you
from
know
Kisumu.
Who is at the top of that institution?
MCSK.
Who is at the top of MCSK?
Dr. Ezekiel.
And the fish rots from where?
But he just came there the other day, but before that he was not there.
And, and where he was before that, did he change the lives of people in that institution?
Yeah, I interviewed him and he did a lot of work at KFCB.
Maze, which work? KFCB juzi ameban influencers, wanaambia influencers watumie content sijui nini.
Waliambia nitafute license.
Ezekiel Mutua said that artists are going to be rich. And I said, I'm waiting to see the rich artists that he's going. I'm waiting to see the artist he's going to make rich.
Okay.
I was rich before he joined, so as in count.
Okay.
And tunataka kuona wasanii ambao ametoa.
Hesabu Abanton.
Nataka kuona wale hiyo legislation amechange yenye imechange fortune yetu sisi wote.
Okay. So you don't believe that the small positive changes are going to go a long way in changing?
Masejo, leadership sasa in a state that hapo hivyo kuna mtu mwenye akona the interest of artists at heart. Mwenye anaranio kitu kila siku na ni technocrat huo mtu anajua hiyo kazi. Si political appointee.
Who do you believe deserves that position best?
We need to interview properly. It might not even be a Kenyan. How come when we want to run big multinationals, we look for leaders from all over the world? And when we want to run something as serious as the lives of musicians, we want to do political appointments, we want to do, lackluster, things. Let's sit down and let's interview people from all over the world. What is MCSK is the first CMO. There are so many CMOs globally that have been run properly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can get somebody to come and streamline that place. It's just that, unfortunately, there are a lot of selfish people who are eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you go take your surprise?
I didn't
go
take my
surprise them?
I didn't go take my surprise. I'm still waiting for it to hit my account. It hasn't. And that was like months ago. So.
Oh, that was like.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
like,
interesting.
Yeah, but.
So the check wasn't sent?
It wasn't. I'm actually deregistering from MCSK. I will.
The others, Akina Prisk, Camp.
I can't get into all those politics right now. But we just have to really, work on us.
Okay.
Yeah, and that leadership has to come from I believe, if the man at the top really cares about musicians, that's what he's going to fix for us during his 5-year period.
Okay.
And if he goes 10 years, by year 5 we should be in a different place, and by year 10, artists are going to be rolling heavy in this country.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your take on artists or creators joining? What's the word? I'm looking for the name. It's not this one for music distributions. What's the name? They have a name. C something. Huh? Just shout it.
Joining what?
If you get the name, just shout it. Yangu imepotea. Anyway.
Artists joining?
No. Okay, it's fine. We are talk career. These music distribution companies, like these ones that come and tell you.
Yeah, join them. They should give you an advance.
They tell you we're gonna give you an advance and then we're gonna recoup it. Nini.
Join them.
Then there's these ones who tell you we're gonna cut 30% of the money that you make. So you.
I think for anybody as an artist, you should take an advance. Of course, depending on what you're bartering.
Okay.
Yeah, and you should be advised wisely. But I always take money that's on the table, simply because if I look at my revenue as a musician, the amount of money I make from my streaming is negligible. It's not much as compared to what I get from shows, from endorsements, from other ways, other avenues.
Okay.
And so if someone gives me an advance in that side, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I can pour this money into my marketing. I can use this money in my videos. I can use this money in my production. I can use this money for my team, to grow my team, to take myself to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So take your money, man. I mean, guys, listen, man. If someone is offering you an advance of 10 million shillings, that can do you an album, videos, and so many things that will earn you that money, 10x.
Okay.
So take it.
But read the fine print.
Read the fine print.
Don't sell your soul.
Sign top over here, umesign 10 albums.
Yeah.
Utapigia huyo jamaa kazi mpaka umalize album 10.
Yeah. I signed one in Ramba. So
wewe umesign artist deal.
I'll tell you off mic.
Right now?
Bro, it's bad. I'll tell you off mic. We actually, my lawyer's the one. I'm like, wait a minute. It's those things. Have you ever signed a deal with the devil?
Yeah.
Yeah, dancing with your. It's fine.
Who's that?
Let's talk about.
Who's that?
So I wanna.